ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a special edition Game of the Week. The Detroit Dark Angels taking on the Columbus Comets in WFA action. Keys to tonight's game: the Comets want to run their offense, contain Tatiana Pauling, and make sure to use that veteran O-line up front. The Dark Angels want to work hard on team defense, keep their special teams solid, and limit the Columbus points to remain high in the standings. Key players to watch in tonight's game: number 72 for the Comets, Rebecca Bautista, anchoring that O-line. Receiver Nautica Smith, always a threat deep. And their strong-arm quarterback, number 7, Amanda Herbst. For your Detroit Dark Angels, Leanne Took, number 83, talented and experienced. Star running back number 5, Tatiana Pauling. And returning at quarterback, number 2, Maggie Hudkins, looking for her weapons. The Detroit Dark Angels season opener coming up next.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Ready to kick off the 2019 season, your Detroit Dark Angels of the WFA, set to receive from the Columbus Comets. Kick bounces at the 30, fielded there. Quick turn up field and swarmed by a couple of Comets.
Ball returned by Casey Cunningham.
Casey Cunningham picking up that kick for the Dark Angels.
Ball down at the 35-yard line. First down, Dark Angels.
High kick landed right in between all the Dark Angels. Cunningham picked it up, turned up field for a short return. Good coverage by the Comets on the kick return. First play from scrimmage of the 2019 season for the Dark Angels. We'll see how rusty these two clubs are. Dark Angels go deep on their first play from scrimmage, and it's complete. 18-yard completion from Maggie Hudkins to Michaela Hilton.
Complete to number 87, Michaela Hilton.
18-yard gain and a first down on their first play of the year. Let's hope that's a good omen for the Dark Angels. Great concentration by Hilton. Good coverage by the Comets, but Hilton wrestled it away from her defensive back. First down and 10 at the 47. Hudkins back again, looking deep. It's caught! She could go all the way! Touchdown, Dark Angels!
Touchdown, Dark Angels.
Two-play, 65-yard drive for the Dark Angels. Beautiful completion from Hudkins to the star receiver, Tatiana Pauling. She got separation on the outside, and once she hauled it in, it was off to the races. 6 points for the Dark Angels on the second play from scrimmage.
Sarah Monte lined up for the extra point.
Dark Angels going for one. Good snap is down. Plenty of distance, but wide right. Your score is going to remain 6-0. Dark Angels up early over the Comets. 50 seconds into the game, and we've got 6 points, Dark Angels. Hudkins dropping it in beautifully over the defenders, and Tatiana Pauling took it from there all the way to the house. We'll be right back with more Dark Angels football.
Hi, Meals on Wheels.
I'm Marco. I'm a college student, and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels.
I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
Head coach Keith Thomas in his third season couldn't have drawn that start up any better. Dark Angels 65 yards and a score on their first possession. Kickoff return by the Comets, nearly brought down at the 22, slowed down at the 25, keeps her legs churning, and finally wrestled down at about the 30-yard line. Kicker for the Dark Angels, Sarah Monte, got a good foot into that one.
Pearson returned the ball for the Comets.
Comets struggled to find the feel on it. Once they did, they were able to push it upfield. First down and 10, Comets at the 30. And now, heralded as the strength of this Dark Angels team coming out, our veteran defense. Defensive coordinator this year, John L. White. His assistant defensive coordinator, Darnell Bryce. Hope they've got the defense dialed in. Four-person front, handoff up the middle. Short gain. Wrapped up by the Dark Angels there.
Tanisha Barnes with the carry. Tackled by number 87, Michaela Hilton.
Dark Angels all over Tanisha Barnes. Give her a gain of 3 on that play.
Gain of 3. Second and 7.
And on the tackle on that last play, Ashley Andrews and Michaela Hilton. Comets with a single back. Dropping back to pass, harassed, gets it off, and it's completed. No! Broken up beautifully. Referee rules it incomplete pass. Nearly a sack for the Dark Angels.
Number 40, Shayna Brown. That brings up a third down.
Herbst got away from the sack. Threw it up, got it to her receiver, but before she could wrap it up, beautiful defense by the Dark Angels. Outstanding reaction by the defensive back on that play. Brings up third down and a long 7 for the Comets. Dark Angels defense swarming early. Herbst known for her strong arm for the Comets. Feeling a lot of pressure on that last play. Handoff up the middle. Read by the Dark Angels.
Tanisha Barnes with the carry.
Gain of 4 for Tanisha Barnes of the Comets. And on the tackle, Michaela Hilton and Jackie Bennington. Good initial contact by lineman for the Dark Angels, setting up the stop for Hilton. 4th down and 3, Comets in punt formation. And they get off a good line drive kick. High hop, Dark Angels get away from it. Hearing the yells of poison. Comets down at the 32-yard line. Dark Angels taking over after a 4-and-out.
Dark Angels.
Solid defensive effort by the Dark Angels on their first defensive action. Comets forced to punt. Good look at Tatiana Pauling. Outstanding running back, and as you saw in that first possession, a deep threat on the outside. Quarterback Maggie Hudkins threw it as hard as she could, and Pauling brought it in. Too wide for the Dark Angels. Hand off to their tailback. Finds the outside corner. Turns it up for a nice gain of 5 or 6 yards. That's Emily Halley.
Carried by Emily Halley. Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4.
Good hard running. Took a couple of Comets to finally bring her down. Good gain on 1st down for the Dark Angels. Sets up 2nd down and 4. Gives them a lot of options here. Hopkins drops back, pass behind her intended receiver. Broken up there by number 1, Nautica Smith. Had her hands on it. Couldn't hang on for the interception. Dark Angels will get another crack at it. 3rd down and 4 now. Pass intended for Tiara Derrick Jones. Again, a little behind her, and Nautica Smith, fleet-footed defensive back wide receiver for the Comets, almost with the pick. See if the Dark Angels can take advantage of this second chance. Handoff in the backfield, bounces it outside, sees a seam, cuts it up, she's going. 40, down to the 40, to 35, 30. She could go all the way down the sideline. Outraces the entire Comet defense.
Dark Angels.
Touchdown, Dark Angels.
Tatiana Pauling with the Dark Angels touchdown.
Little bit of miscommunication in the backfield, and Tatiana Pauling comes out, hits the corner, hits the sideline, and she was off. Second touchdown on the second possession for Tatiana Pauling. Making something out of almost nothing. There's a little miscommunication on the handoff. She had to cut back against the grain, and once she split that seam, she was gone. Point after attempt this time is up and good.
It is good.
Sarah Monte with the extra point puts the Dark Angels up 13-0. Pauling bides her time, splits those two, leaves them on the turf. Let's take another look at that one. Whoop! And Tatiana Pauling off down the sideline for another touchdown, Dark Angels. We'll be right back.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
That last carry by Tatiana Pauling, good for 62 yards on the ground. And another Dark Angels score. Huge kick. Fielded back at the 17-yard line. Brought upfield and buried by Dark Angels at the 23. Kick returned by number 33, Pasha Johnson-Rivers.
Ball carried by Johnson-Rivers, tackled by number 35, Crystal Krepp. 1st down, Comets.
After her teammates slowed down Pasha Rivers, Crystal Krepp making the final stop with a big hit at the 23. Excellent coverage by the Dark Angels, not showing any rust here early in the game. It has been a brutal spring for practice. Weather has been awful, lots of rain, even snow, making practice difficult for teams so far here in March and April. Dark Angels not showing any signs of rust or lack of practice. They look sharp. Columbus Comets handoff up the middle. Offensive line doing a good job opening a hole. Carry by Pasha Rivers.
Ball carried by Pasha Johnson Rivers.
In on the stop for your Dark Angels, Lindsey Stover and Michaela Hilton.
2nd and 5.
Pasha Johnson Rivers given credit for 5 yards. Whole bunch of Dark Angels. Gang tackling the Comets. Great defensive pursuit. And Dark Angels just collapsing on the ball, making things tough for the Comets. Shotgun formation for Columbus. They didn't like what they saw. They call a timeout.
Comets, their first timeout of the half.
Columbus Comets do look like they're playing their first game of the year so far. Little indecision there, timeout. Back out of the shotgun there. Quarterback Herbst drops back. Long pass downfield. Intended for number 4, Kiana Fonts.
Pass incomplete, intended for
Get a good look at the arm strength of Herbst for Columbus. She can air it out. Just put a little too much air under that one. A little bit of separation. Fonts had some room, but Herbst just put a little too much air under it. Brings up 3rd down and 5 for the Comets. Dark Angels with a couple of defensive backs in the neighborhood. And Fonts was having trouble picking that ball out of the air also. Big 3rd down play here for the Comets. Refs whistle this one down. You can hear it's a breezy day here in Lathrop Village, Michigan for our 2019 season opener. Indication is offside on the Dark Angels defense. Just a little anxious. Cheated across that line just before the snap. Again, defensive coordinator John L. White. Loving the experience he has on this Dark Angels defense. And if you're new to WFA, I hope you've already figured out there are 22 athletes on this field who are motivated and very talented. Handoff up the middle, slips a tackle in the backfield. Pasha Rivers once again on the carry for the Comets.
Ball carried by Johnson Rivers. Tackle by Jackie Bennington. And number 87, Michaela Hilton.
Some familiar names already on the Dark Angels defense. Jackie Bennington and Michaela Hilton in on the stop. Again, great pursuit. Initial contact in the backfield. Johnson Rivers able to shake that, but slowed her down. Got a timeout in the action. Let's hear from head coach Keith Thomas on how he wants to start this game and the 2019 season.
set the tone. That is so important. I'm not going to wait for 5 or 10 minutes. I'm talking about the first 5 or 10 seconds of after kickoff, whether we're receiving or actually kicking the ball. You need to set the tone. You need to get downfield, find your opponent, and put them on their back. So it's very, very important that once the ball is kicked off, you get after it. So I'm really expecting them to set the tone right off the bat and establish the game right from the get-go.
Coach Thomas couldn't have scripted it any better, scoring a touchdown on the Dark Angels' second play from scrimmage. Then after a 3-and-out by the Comets, scoring a touchdown on their second play of their second series. That's how we got to this 13-zip score in favor of the Dark Angels. Big second down play here for the Comets. Another handoff to Pasha Johnson-Rivers. Dark Angels stop her short of a first down.
Tackled by Lindsey Stover.
Gain of about 4.
42-yard line.
Lindsey Stover, Diana Lenaway in on the stop for the Dark Angels. Brings up a third down and a short 3 yards to go. Once again, Herbst drops back in the shotgun. Quick fake. Flings it downfield. Again, looking for number 4, Kiana Fonts. Great coverage by the defensive backs of the Dark Angels.
That brings up a 4th down.
Pass might have been just a little out of the reach of Fonts. Little grab of the jersey there by Danielle Kurtz. Referees didn't see it, didn't call it. Real-time speed just looked like good defense. Columbus Comets were showing punt, changed their mind. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3. And Herbst came out, was trying to draw the Dark Angels offside. Gave it her best shot, but the Dark Angels were not biting. They stayed home. Comets take a delay of game. Back it up 5 yards, and now they go back into punt formation. Excellent discipline by the Dark Angels defense. Dark Angels have high hopes coming into 2019. Herbst, the quarterback, also the punter. Punts it into a crowd, goes through the hands of the Dark Angels receiver. Who's going to come up with it?
Ball recovered by the Dark Angels at the 50-yard
Nice
line.
effort.
1st and 10, Dark Angels.
After the punt went right through her arms, trying to catch it in a crowd. Number 38, Clarissa Tullis, redeemed herself by coming up with that one. Could have called interference on the Comets. There was some contact there as she was trying to get to the ball. No flags, and after it hit the turf, Tullis jumped right on it. We got 1st down and 10, Dark Angels. Can they keep the success of those first 2 drives going? I'm going to mix it up or keep trying that outside work until Comets are able to stop it. We got a handoff up the middle. Over to the left side. Short gain for the Dark Angels.
Gain of 2 yards.
Handoff to Emily Halley. In on the tackle for the Comets, Sierra Robinson and Dee Jackson. Really a gang tackle by the Comets. Now comes Maggie Hudkins with the play for the Dark Angels. See if they can find some more second play magic here. Second play on the first 2 drives resulted in long touchdowns by Tatiana Pauling. Fumble on the exchange. Ball is on the turf. Both teams say they've got it. It's either going to be 3rd and long for the Dark Angels or 1st down and 10 for the Comets. They're peeling off players. Nobody wants to let go of the pile. And the referees indicate indeed that fumble's recovered by the Comets. Turnover, Dark Angels. 1st down and 10 Comets at the 49-yard line.
49-yard line. 1st and 10 Comets.
Just dropped the exchange. That looks like an early season difficulty for the Dark Angels. Center ended up laying down on the ball or getting pushed down on top of the ball, and the Comets able to scoop it out from under her for the fumble recovery. Big turnover here in the first quarter. Clock ticking with 5:25 to go. Can the Columbus Comets capitalize on the big turnover? Another shotgun, another fling down. This pass is caught. Number 1 for the Comets. Putting on some moves, gets a few yards after the catch. Number 1, Nautica Smith with the catch.
Nautica Smith. Brought down by Clarissa Tullis.
She found an open spot in that Dark Angel defense, and Herbst did a great job finding her. That pass good for 13 yards. Making the tackle, Clarissa Tullis. First down and 10 Comets. That's their first down of the game. Amanda Herbst continues to sling it all over the field. Snap way over her head. That hike went way back downfield. Recovered by Herbst. She is not happy. She was lucky to come up with a recovery, but that snap was a yard over her head.
Huge loss on the play.
Great pressure brought by the either outside linebacker or safety by the Dark Angels. Herbst lucky to come up with it. Huge loss on the play. 2nd down and 29 Comets. Herbst flexing her throwing right arm like he might have taken a hit on that play. Long way to go for the first down for the Comets. Dark Angels looking to dial up the pressure again. Long pass downfield just over the head of Nautica Smith. We've got hankies on the field. Let's see what this penalty is.
There's a flag on the play.
Referee pointing back. Holding on the Dark Angels is the call. Defensive holding, automatic first down Comets. That is a costly mistake for the Dark Angels.
And an automatic first down.
Only a 10-yard penalty, but it erases that 2nd down and 29 situation that the Comets were struggling with. And they get a reset, 1st down and 10 at the 49-yard line, just in Dark Angels territory. 3:27 to go here in the first quarter. Detroit Dark Angels up big early. And the arm of Maggie Hudkins and the feet of Tatiana Pauling. Great defensive effort.
Amanda Hunt's pass incomplete. Broken up by Jackie Bennington. Second down.
Number 3, Jackie Bennington. Jumped to coverage, got a hand on it, knocked it away. Great pass defense. Beautiful anticipation. Herbst trying to lay it out for number 49, Christy Sabatucci. Jackie Bennington timed it perfectly and knocked it away. Fell to the turf, doing no damage to the Dark Angels. Second down and 10, Comets. Split backfield, handoff to the tailback. She runs on the right side, good for about 4 yards.
The tackle was made by.
You can see the size of that offensive line for the Comets.
Gain of 3 on the play. That brings up a third down.
Definitely able to open some holes for their running backs. That was Pasha Johnson-Rivers. Once again on the handoff. Ashley Andrews in on the tackle for the Dark Angels. Herbst back, screen pass complete. Slowed down at the 50 and stopped at about the 46, 47-yard line. They'll keep the clock rolling. That screen pass complete to Ovion Whitlow Moore.
By a host of Dark Angels. No gain on the play. Fourth down.
Bennington, Walls, Rivers, all there. Making the stop for the Dark Angels. Strength on strength. Columbus Comets known for having a experienced and tough offensive line. Dark Angels known for their tough defense. So far, Dark Angels able to control the action. Dark Angels showing blitz. And again, Columbus Comets just trying to draw the Dark Angels offside.
That will be a 5-yard penalty.
And if they had gotten it, it still would have been 4th and 2. Instead, with the delay of game, it's 4th and 12. And once again, they'll be punting it away. Comets get it lined up, get the punt away. Left-footed kicker Herbst. Again, punt is mishandled, and again, this is covered by the Comets. They're going to have a first down at the 20-yard line.
All recovered by the Comets at the 21-yard line.
Herbst kicking knuckleballs that are hard to handle. Second punt that hit the turf. And this time, instead of recovering, the Dark Angels give it up to the Comets. Good position by Clarissa Tullis. Just didn't get her hands on it. And so far, bulk of the offense carried by Pasha Rivers. Stout running back for the Columbus Comets. Big arm Herbst has been on debut, but unable to hook up. Let's hear what Coach has to talk about getting ready for the first game.
Well, I tell you, it's been very intense. We've had to do a lot of work understand we kick off in April. We've been outside since March in the cold, so we've been getting ready for our opponent, but then also dealing with the inclement weather. It's been in the 20s and 30s. So it's a lot of work we got to put in prior to kickoff, but so far the lead up to game one, everybody's ready to go. They're dialed in.
That has definitely been the case so far here this evening. Dark Angels up 13-0. And the only blemish on Dark Angels' game so far has been punt returns. A little sketchy for the Dark Angels. Able to recover the first one. Second mishandled punt results in a turnover. Second turnover of the game for the Dark Angels. And Columbus Comets moving it downfield closer to the end zone. Compliments of Dark Angels' mistakes. Herbst looks right, finds the open receiver. Tackled out of bounds at the 6-yard line. That's complete to number 1, Nautica Smith.
Complete to Nautica Smith. Tackled by Danielle Kirsch. Ball at the 5-yard line. First and goal, Comets.
First and goal now. Throw right on the money from Herbst. It wasn't pretty, but it was accurate. Dark Angels slipped on the coverage, recovered to knock her out of bounds at the 6, but it's first down and goal, Comets. Handoff once again to Pasha Johnson-Rivers. She is wrapped up there.
Tanisha Barnes with the carry.
Correction, that was indeed Tanisha Barnes.
No gain on the play.
No gain. It's second down and goal for the Comets, and we've got a timeout in the action. End of the first quarter that's seen a lot of action both ways. A couple of big plays for your Detroit Dark Angels. Columbus Comets moving it downfield at the end of the first quarter. We'll see if they can get on the scoreboard, or if the Dark Angels will maintain that defensive pressure. And all about the feet of Tatiana Pauling, putting on the Jets and scoring twice for your Dark Angels. They hold on to a 13-0 lead after one. We'll be right back with second quarter action.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
All right, final play of the first quarter resulted in no gain. That was a run by Tanisha Barnes, and making the stop for your Dark Angels was Diana Lenaway. There's a good look at Amanda Herbst, strong-armed quarterback for the Columbus Comets. Second down and goal from the 5-yard line. Battle of wills. Handoff up the middle. Pasha Johnson-Rivers takes that one. Looked like she had an opening to the end zone, but Dark Angels close that gap in a hurry.
Short gain on the play, down to the 3-yard line.
Gain of about 2. Third down and goal. 3 yards from the end zone. Dark Angels sending in their big goal line package. See if they can keep the Comets out. Just into the second quarter. Columbus Comets have completed a couple of passes on this drive. Biggest plays were a penalty against the Dark Angels and a keeper by Herbst. She squeezes it through 2 Dark Angels, and she's into the end zone for the score.
Herbst kept the ball and ran in for a Comets touchdown.
Amanda Herbst Showing a nice little quick cutback move. Known more for her passing, but kept that one and took it in herself. Dark Angels no doubt looking for her to get rid of the ball. Instead, she tucks it and goes. Touchdown. Columbus Comets. They're going for 2 here. Herbst and Johnson Rivers in the background. Swing pass to Pasha Johnson Rivers, complete, but swarmed over by Dark Angels. And the Comets are denied on their 2-point conversion. In on the stop, like so many other plays, Jackie Bennington. Also, Ursula Walls in on that stop for the Dark Angels. Comets denied on their 2-point attempt, but their big quarterback, Amanda Herbst, able to push it through the left side and get it in the end zone, cutting that lead to 7. We'll be right back. Columbus Comets set to kick it off after their first touchdown of the game, first touchdown of the season. Low line drive, bounces high, covered at the 25. Big runner for the Dark Angels, tucks it and goes with a nice return out to the 46-yard line.
Michaela Hilton on the return.
Defensive stalwart Michaela Hilton turns it around, goes offensive.
First and 10, Dark Angels.
Tucks it and goes. Nice stop by number 33, Pasha Johnson Rivers. Bringing down the tough Hilton. Good look at your quarterback, Maggie Hudkins. Great first quarter of offense for the Dark Angels. Offensive coordinator Joel Snyder doing a nice job mixing up the runs and the passes. Sweep here, Tatiana Pauling going right. Forced outside, bounces it, turns the corner, turns it upfield. She's past the 40-yard line. Tatiana Pauling just keeps it moving. And just when you thought the Comets had her, she slips that tackle, gets around and past number 1. Good pursuit by Nautica Smith of the Comets. And when Pauling cut it back in, Smith stayed there and able to haul her down, but not until Tatiana Pauling gets a first down, marked at the 40-yard line. Handoff Emily Halley going the other way, left side. Big hit by Aisha Slaughter.
Emily Halley,
her nickname's Wheezy.
Tackled by Aisha Slaughter. Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4.
Halley with a full head of steam going left side. Slaughter able to wrap her up. Gain of 6. Second down and 4, Dark Angels. Good positive yards on first down. And again, good mixture. Going right, going left, keeping the Comets off balance. Hudkins drops back to pass. Looking long, has a receiver, got her hands on it, but can't pull it down. Pass was up just a little high. It's Tatiana Pauling trying to make the miracle catch.
3rd down and 4.
Almost pulls it down. Nice job by Hudkins, giving her a chance to adjust on it. Comets in the vicinity, but really Pauling was not harassed on the catch. Just a little beyond her reach. Hudkins under center. Rolls back. This time she is going to be sacked for a loss. Comets Sierra Robertson and Lindsay Rice there to bring her down in the backfield. 8-yard loss on the sack by the Comets. Big blitz by the Comets pays dividends. Dark Angels push all the way back to the 42-yard line. 4th down and 12. Dark Angels line up in kind of a battleship formation. They're going for it. Pauling in motion. Hudkins running right side. Going to take it herself. Correction, that was Tanisha Barnes. Direct snap right in the backfield.
Cunningham, the ball carrier. Tackled by Nautica Smith. Turnover on down. 1st and 10 Comets.
Correction, that was number 6, Casey Cunningham on the carry. Looked like she had some daylight on the right side, but the Comets close quickly and bring her down well short of a 1st down. That's a turnover on downs. 1st down and 10 Comets. Good defensive effort there after the Dark Angels looked like they were in business. Comets recover. Dark Angels coaching staff going over the changes they want to see on the next series. Offensive coordinator is Joel Snyder. His assistant coordinator is Ron Thompson.
Delay of game on the Comets. That will be a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15.
Also looking to dial in the offensive line is offensive line coach Hassani Ali. Penalty on 1st down against the Comets backs them up. 1st down and 15 now from the 37. Nice cutback move. Number 17, Tanisha Barnes on the carry.
Tanisha Barnes, the ball carrier.
Gain of about 6.
Diana Lenaway. Gain of 6. 2nd and 9.
Gets back all the penalty plus 1. Diana Lenaway making the stop for the Dark Angels. Lenaway number 12. Deep pass by the Comets. Flag thrown. Nice adjustment by number 4, Kiana Fonts.
To Kina Fontes. There is a flag on the play.
Indication is pass interference on the Dark Angels. That penalty is declined by the Comets. They'll take the completion. Herbst winging it again out to the 40-yard line, and Fonts with a great adjustment on the ball. A little bit behind her. She put on the brakes and had great hands to come up with that catch. Legitimate first down and 10 for the Columbus Comets. Looking to even up the score here in the second quarter. 10 minutes to go in the second. First quarter was all Dark Angels. Comets trying to fight their way back into this game. Handoff up. Bounce out to the left side. Gain of about 4. Tanisha Barnes on the carry.
Tackled by number 35, Crystal Krepp.
Chased down on the outside by linebacker Crystal Krepp.
Second down.
Herbst under center. High backfield, handoff, and met immediately in the backfield by Lisa Gomez.
Tanisha Barnes, the ball carrier, tackled in the backfield by Lisa Gomes.
Correction, that's Lisa Gomes. Just right through the line. Beautiful anticipation, and as soon as Barnes got the ball, Gomes was there to bring her down. That'll set up third down and 10 now from the 40-yard line. Herbst under center, I formation. We've got a timeout in the action. Let's hear how Coach Keith Thomas thinks they match up against these Columbus Comets.
It's almost like, told my team, it's like looking in the mirror. Got about the same amount of players. You look at the size of our players, it's about the same. They have some skilled people who can, move the chains. So it's an even matchup. There's a lot of motivation for this game. It's a team we had beaten last year, the first game, and it was in a spectacular event. We won in the last 2 seconds of the game. Unfortunately, at the end of the season, we lost, they won, they went to the playoffs, we did not. So the matchup is going to be very motivating for my team because we want to make up for not making the playoffs last year.
Coach Thomas referring to that first game last year. It was a 28-22 win for the Dark Angels. Leanne Toot completed a 50-yard TD pass to Tatiana Pauling to win that game, and it looked like Dark Angels were going to be having a nice long postseason run. But again, Coach mentioned we lost that last game and fell out of the playoff race, finishing at 5-3. Just one win from the playoffs. Herbst again, just slinging it downfield. Once again, looking for her favorite receiver, Nautica Smith. And Herbst, a little too much mustard on that pass. Sets up fourth down and 10. Comets not showing the punt formation. They're getting right into it. They're going for it on 4th and 10. Key play for the Dark Angels defense. High snap fielded. Looking for the screen pass, broken up beautifully.
Herbst pass incomplete, intended for Tanisha Barnes. Crystal Krepp on the defense.
Great
Turnover on downs.
positioning by Crystal Krepp. All over that screen pass. And knocking it down. Could have had an interception. She was in such a good position. Just jumped up and swatted it. That's good for a turnover on downs. Dark Angels take over. First down and 10 going the other way at the 40-yard line. Couple of fresh players in on offense. Let's see what O.C. Snyder's got dialed up here. Fake one way, reverse the other. Tiptoeing up the line. Short gain for the Dark Angels.
Ball carried by Taylor Russell. Gain of
Reverse
2
goes
on play.
to Taylor Russell.
Second down and 8.
Switching it to our outside arm, just like Coach taught her. Ovian Moore on the stop for the Comets. Second down and 8, Dark Angels. This game being played at Southfield Lathrop, the former Southfield Lathrop High School football field. Handoff. North-south running, but unfortunately it was running south. Comets sniffed it out, and Crystal Krepp had nowhere to go.
Ball carried by
Tried to
Crystal
get
Krepp.
outside of them, but the
Tackled by
angle was
Sierra
not there for
Robinson,
Crystal
and
Krepp. And that's going to result in about a 10-yard loss for the Dark
big
Angels.
loss on the play. Third down.
Robinson and Jackson in on the stop for the Columbus Comets. There's a good look at Sierra Robinson. Loss sets up a long third down and 18 for the Dark Angels. Maggie Hudkins. Hands off. Big sweeper on the left side.
Emily Haley, the ball carrier.
It was handed off to
Tackled
Emily
by
Haley.
Aisha Slaughter.
Not a lot of room over there. Ovian Moore, Aisha Slaughter, Pasha
Loss of
Johnson
yard.
Rivers
Fourth and 19.
in on nearly every play for the Columbus Comets on offense or defense. Back in punt formation. Hudkins gets the kickoff, but it actually goes negative yards. Might have been tipped. Special teams play coming back to
Ball punted
hurt the
outbound
Dark
at the
Angels yet
26-yard
again.
line.
A little bit of pressure from the Comets up the middle. And as Hudkins ran to the right, going for sort of a rugby-style punt, something went wrong. Either went off the side of her foot, and like I said, may have gotten blocked out of bounds. Either way, first down and 10 Comets at the 26-yard line, threatening here with 5:26 to go in the second quarter. Late substitution for the Dark Angels. Everybody's in place. Herp's back. Throws a screen pass complete. Gain of about 5. Kiana Fonts on the catch. Great hands by Fonts.
To Kina Fontes.
Anna Eschwis and Felicia Miller in on the stop for the Dark Angels. Gain of about 5.
Tackled by Anna Schweese and number 55, Felicia Miller. Second down.
Ball's at the 21-yard line. Comets threatening. Can the Dark Angels defense step up? Handoff up the middle, slowed down. Able to fight through, gains a couple. Carry by 17, Tanisha Barnes.
Ball carrier was number
Anna
17.
Eschwis and Felicia Miller in on the stop for the Dark Angels.
Tackled by Felicia Miller with an assist by Anna Schweese. That brings up a third down.
Third down now, 3 to go. Line to gain is the 16, Dark Angels. Pressure up the middle. Slowed down Pasha Johnson Rivers, but she keeps churning her feet and able to push it down to the 12-yard line for a first down, Columbus Comets.
Pasha Johnson Rivers, the ball carrier.
Great call by the Dark Angels defense. Just couldn't wrap
Ball
up
down
the
at
tough
12-yard
Johnson
line.
Rivers.
Good for a Comets
And she's
first
able to
down.
push the line forward and get a first down, Columbus. First down and 10 at the 12-yard line. Let's talk to Coach again and see what it's like playing against these rivals from Columbus.
Well, you have to remember the Columbus Comets are from Columbus, so there is a little bit of Michigan, Ohio type situation there, and everybody's aware of that when we take the field. So I think it's just natural that a team from Michigan takes on a team from Columbus. There's going to be a rivalry in place. Even though the jerseys are different, the gender's different, there's still going to be that Michigan, Ohio type of rivalry. So it's just natural. We're going to feel that way going into this game.
The old Michigan-Ohio border war still going strong even in the WFA. Let's take a look at your Dark Angels schedule. This is the Columbus Comets game being played on April 6th at their home field in Lathrop Village, Michigan. Then they'll travel to Cincinnati. A couple of home games then in May, against Cleveland and Toledo. Hope to see you out here at Lathrop Stadium. If you're from the area, it's near the corner of 12 Mile and Evergreen in Lathrop Village. Lathrop Village, of course, surrounded by Southfield. Herbst's pass incomplete. Dark Angels looking for some offensive pass interference. Intended for Fonts. Might have been a little push off there. Good defense either way by the Dark Angels. Second down and 10. Herbst hands off to Pasha Johnson Rivers. Big hit there. Applied by the Dark Angels, slows her down, and a couple of Dark Angels finish off the stop. Just a short gain of maybe 2 yards for Pasha Johnson Rivers. Great job putting the shoulder pads into the hips right there. Beautiful technique by Ashley Andrews for the Dark Angels. Pasha Johnson Rivers is going to be feeling that one for a couple of plays. No gain. A great look at Ashley Andrews after that big hit she put on. Third down and 8 now. 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Handoff up the middle. Quick hitter caught the Dark Angels a little bit by surprise, but they're able to recover. Keep the Comets out of the end zone. It's 4th down and 4 now.
Tackles on that play by Diana Lenaway and Keontae Carter.
Number 12, Diana Lenaway in on the stop yet again. She's been very active so far here in the first half. Huge 4th down play now. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Comets knocking on the door. This is their last chance. It is possible to get a first down. Screen play complete. Gonna depend on the mark. Excellent coverage by the Dark Angels. Where was her forward progress is the question.
Kita Fontes. Ball was short of the line to gain.
And referees mark it down at the 3-yard line. 1 yard short. And the Dark Angels defense answers the call. Facing a first down at the 12. 4 tries by Columbus, not enough. Dark Angels defense wins that battle, and it's 1st down and 10. Dark Angels deep in their own territory. They'll start it at the 3-yard line. Outstanding defensive effort by the Dark Angels. Former player Annie Dewey, the defensive line coach, had to like the team's effort that time. Great pressure called by DC John L. White also. Hudkins under center, hands off up the middle. Comets expecting that move. They're there. Be no gain on the play. Quarterback Maggie Hudkins heads to the sideline to get the call. Clock is ticking.
Ball carried by Leanne Took.
Dark Angels look satisfied to let the clock run out here. Head to halftime with a 7-point lead over the Comets. One thing they don't want to do is turn the ball over this deep in the territory they're sitting in. Another handoff up the middle, just off the left side.
Emily Halley, the ball carrier. Charnita Johnson with a stop. No gain.
Emily Halley that time follows up the carry by Leanne Took. Clock rolling. And again, this looks like where the Dark Angels want to leave it heading into halftime. After jumping out to the big 13-point lead on 2 quick strikes, defenses have turned up the dial. Another handoff left side for the Dark Angels. Flags thrown. Time had expired in the second quarter.
No gain. There is a flag on the play.
Question is whether we'll reset it after the penalty. Holding on the Dark Angels. Comets players loving that call. But after the penalty, the clock winds up, and that's the end of the second quarter. Comeback time for the Comets. They're able to push it in the end zone. A lot of great defensive work in the second quarter. A couple of big penalties and a big turnover by the Dark Angels gave the opportunity to the Comets, and they took advantage of it. We'll see what the second half brings for this rivalry matchup coming up next.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
How about some more football action? We're ready for the third quarter. Sun is setting here in Lathrop Village, Michigan. The Detroit Dark Angels put it in play against the Columbus Comets. Kick bounces and is picked up around the 25-yard line. Returned out to about the 35. Detroit Dark Angels looking strong on their tackles, wrapping up the Comets. Returned by number 5, Daisha Pearson.
Down to the 35-yard line. First and 10 Comets.
Nice cutback, but just too many Comets laying a hand on her and wrapping her up. Good coverage by the Dark Angels. Sure, the special teams coach was giving them some intense instructions at halftime. It was the one area that Looked like it was an early season game for the Dark Angels. Couple of mistakes. Other than that, Dark Angels looking sharp. Handoff up the middle, this time by the Comets. That was Tanisha Barnes. And on the stop for the Dark Angels, Casey Cunningham.
Tanisha Barnes, the ball carrier, tackled by Casey Cunningham. 8 of 5. Second and 5.
Cunningham pursued, grabbed a hold of her jersey and wouldn't let go. Spins her down to the turf. Dark Angels interior lineman shaken up on the play. Starting to get chilly out there. Looks like it could be, looks like a knee. It's number 55 for the Dark Angels. Gingerly heading off the field. That right knee definitely looks a little wobbly. Hopefully it's nothing serious for her.
Felicia Miller shaken up on the play.
Injured player Felicia Miller for the Dark Angels. We'll hope it's nothing serious, and we're back in action. Comets hand off, and the Dark Angels are in. There's more Dark Angels in the backfield than Comets. Great defensive effort by your home team.
Tackled by Lindsay Stover, also Vanessa Romero.
It's going to be a loss on the play by the Comets. Lindsay Stover making the initial contact. So several of her teammates there in the backfield to help finish off Tanisha Barnes. 3rd down and 6 now for the Comets. Let's see what John L. White and Darnell Bryce have chosen. See if they can put some heat on the Comets. Play action fake. Herbst drops back, throws it downfield, and it's going to be caught in a crowd of Dark Angels. Number 40, Cheyenne Brown, pulls it down.
Cheyenne Brown.
And that's going to be good for a 1st down, Comets. Once again, the arm strength of Herbst on display. Turns around, flicks it out, and a beautiful catch. Cheyenne Brown and quarterback Amanda Herbst connecting for the 1st down play. 49-yard line of the Dark Angels is where the Comets put it into play. Handoff and a lot of room up the middle. Tanisha Barnes on the carry. Solid 1st down gain for the Comets. In on the stop, Diana Lenaway. Been calling Diana Lenaway's name a lot for the defense of the Dark Angels. Lenaway had help. Dark Angels still swarming on the ball, but not until the Comets gain 7. 2nd down and 3. We're early in the 3rd quarter. Another handoff, this time Pasha Johnson Rivers. And there to make the stop, Anna Eschwies. Great position. Giving up some pounds to Johnson Rivers, but Eschwies with great form. Able to stop her after a short gain. There's Anna Eschwies, defensive specialist for the Dark Angels. Now 3rd down and 4, Comets. Dark Angels packing the line, showing blitz. Fake handoff. Herbst bounces it out left side, gets just enough for the first down.
Amanda Herbst kept the ball.
As soon as she got past that marker, she hit the turf with a slide.
Down at the 30.
Didn't want to risk getting hit by one of the Dark Angels pursuing her. Safe play by Herbst. First down and 10 Comets. This is their most impressive drive of the game. A little confusion for Herbst. Hometown Dark Angels crowd getting into it. Cheering on their Dark Angels defense. Hoping they can come up with a stop here and keep the Comets out of the end zone. Herbst in the shotgun. Refs blow the whistle. We're going to slow it down here. Let's see what Coach Keith Thomas has expecting for this season.
Well, we'd like to make the playoffs. Our bigger goal is to bring a championship back to the city of Detroit. There's no reason to beat around it. There's no reason to be shy about that. We take the field, we practice, we work hard, not just for fun. We're having fun, but we want to win a championship. That's why you do this. This is what it's about. And that is the ultimate goal. The championship this year will be played in Colorado. So we have plans for middle of July to be in Colorado competing for that championship.
Fans, thanks for tuning in to the Game of the Week, and we want to let you know you can follow Cable 15 Sports on Twitter. Find out when the games are covered, the time they'll air, the scores, the highlights, at Cable 15 Sports on Twitter. And if you're already on Twitter, check out our Instagram page and see photos of the game too, at Cable 15 Sports. Instagram and Twitter, two more great ways to follow the Game of the Week. We are proud and pleased to bring you the first game by the Dark Angels on Cable 15 Sports in the Game of the Week. First game of the 2019 season. Hopes are high for the Dark Angels. Columbus hoping to repeat their season of last year. Snap gets away from Herbst, gets away again. Scramble for it. Who's got the strongest hands on the bottom of that pile will determine who's got possession. And it looks like Herbst scrambled after it and picked it up.
The Comets recovered the ball at their own
Huge loss on first down for the Comets.
49-yard line.
That snap didn't look too bad. Herbst might have just lost concentration for a minute. And ball bounced off her hands and went flying back. Loss of 11 on first down. Nearly recovered by the Dark Angels, but it's 2nd and 21 Comets. Back at the 50-yard line. Herbst out of the shotgun, looking long, slings it, and it is caught. Beautiful pass to Nautica Smith.
Amanda Herbst's pass complete to
Stopped
Nautica
instantly
Smith.
by the Dark Angels, but not until Smith and Herbst team up for a huge gain.
17-yard gain down to the 33-yard line. 3rd and 4.
Gain of 17. Great defensive positioning. Wrapping her up, nearly pulled it away on the way down, but Nautica Smith able to hang on and set up a much more manageable 3rd down and 4 situation at the 33-yard line. Herbst under center. Stopping the action. Timeout Comets. Hey fans, you can watch Cable 15 anywhere you have internet access. Just go to the City of Southfield website, click on Cable 15, and hit the Cable 15 Live tab. Watch Cable 15 live on your mobile device, your tablet, your computer. Anywhere in the world you can watch Cable 15 live just by checking out the City of Southfield's website. Nice ground's eye view of the action. Comets calling timeout, 3rd down and 4, key play for them as they look to cut into the lead of the Dark Angels. .8:23 to go here in the 3rd. Dark Angels defense on display. Herbst drops back, hands off, and met instantly in the backfield. Going to be looking at a loss on the play. That was Tanisha Barnes carrying it and instantly hit by Crystal Krepp and Michaela Hilton.
Also in on the tackle, Michaela Hilton. Loss on the play, 4th down.
That is stepping up to the plate for the Dark Angels defenders. Leaving no doubt, nowhere to go for Tanisha Barnes. 4th down and 7 now. Comets are going for it. Herbst in the shotgun. 2 wide, swings it on a screen pass to the wide receiver, tied up, she's fighting for yardage, and she's not going to get there, stopped at the 30-yard line. Kiana Fonts with the catch, sure-handed Kiana Fonts, but Jackie Bennington, Lindsay Stover, and Maggie Hudkins there to make the stop.
Turnover on downs, 1st down, Dark Angels.
Huge defensive stop by the Dark Angels, and they're going to take over. Beautiful team tackling by the Dark Angels, the difference on that last play. 1st down and 10. Dark Angels at the 30-yard line. Amanda Herbst really getting accurate with her throws. Might have had some adrenaline flowing. She was overthrowing her deep balls in the 1st quarter, but since then gotten accurate and really becoming the weapon that we knew she would be. Another fumble on the exchange. Ball hits the turf. Comets are fired up. Referees have not indicated. Now they have. Fumble recovered by the Comets. And just like that, Columbus is back in business. And the Dark Angels have got to step up again if they want to keep this lead.
On the Dark Angels 29-yard line, 1st and 10 Columbus.
Just another fumble on the exchange. Recovered there by number 50, DeAngelia Jones for the Comets. After that great defensive stop, Dark Angels give it right back to the Comets. 1st down and 10 at the 29. Amanda Herbst back on the field. Yelling out instructions. Little miscommunication there, and the Dark Angels are going to make them pay for it. Herbst running into her running back in the backfield. Looked like she was trying to hand it off. After the confusion, the Dark Angels closed and threw her for a huge loss. Loss of 12 on the play. First Dark Angel back there harassing her, Jackie Bennington. 3 or 4 of her teammates there to help out. Dark Angels defense stepping up again. Jackie Bennington on the pursuit. Loss of 12. All the way back to the 41-yard line. Comets in a shotgun. Comets confused again. Another timeout. They want to talk it over. Let's see what Coach has to say about that Dark Angels defense.
Our defense for 2019, based on what we've been doing in the preseason, we're feeling like it could probably be our best defense we've ever had on the team. A tremendous amount of talent, a lot of experience. That's the key thing. Clarissa, she's one of our free safety corners, tremendous football player. Again, wait till you see her play. Took, that's her last name, but everybody knows there's Took. She is a banger. She's gonna put you flat on your back if you're not aware where she's at. So we're really excited about what our defense has to bring in 2019.
Coach, you may have been underselling it. This Dark Angels defense is everything that it's been advertised. Aggressive play, great form on tackles, great pursuit of the ball. Early season indicators are all positive for this Dark Angels defense and really bode well for the upcoming season. Once again, 2nd down and 22. Now Herbst back under center. 2 backs, handoff to Pasha Johnson Rivers. Gains a few. Just solid defense by the Dark Angels, and we've got an injured Dark Angel down on the field, writhing in pain. We're going to take a break, hoping for the best.
We'd do anything for kids. Thanks for helping us. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Injured on that last play for the Dark Angels, number 12, Diana Lenaway. Let's hope it's not serious. She has been a key performer for that Dark Angels defense. Herbst in the shotgun. Flings it downfield into coverage. Great defensive play by
Amanda Herbst pass incomplete.
Jackie Bennington and
for Daisha Pearson. 4th down.
couldn't tell who the other defender was, but they had that receiver sandwiched. That was going to be a tough reception. Dangerous pass really by Herbst, throwing it into coverage like that. Brings up 4th down and long. Comets still 17 yards away from a 1st down. Herbst again in the shotgun. Drops back, throws it out left side. Pass is incomplete. There is a flag thrown.
First pass intended for Pearson. Pass incomplete. There is a flag on the play.
Indication is illegal player downfield. That penalty is declined, and since it was 4th down, Dark Angels take over 1st down and 10. That Dark Angels defense steps up again and puts the clamps down on the Comets. 2 huge stops here in the 3rd quarter, back to back. And we'll see if that Dark Angels offense can find some success. Give the defense a rest. They've been on the field almost the entire 3rd quarter. So many good players for the Dark Angels. They go 2 and 3 deep at most positions. And these players are motivated, talented athletes. If you're new to the WFA, I hope you appreciate what you're seeing. Both these teams playing hard, and even though it's the first game of the season, they got a lot of gas in the tank. Handoff up the middle. Found a seam. Good positive gain for the Dark Angels. That was Emily Halley on the carry. Marissa Bennett and Darnika Junies on the stop for Columbus. Nice cutback against the grain by Halley.
Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down.
Sets up 2nd down and 6. Dark Angels send 3 wide. And one of the running backs in motion, then they hand off right side.
Lisa Gomes, the ball carrier. Tackled by Diona Jackson. There's a flag on the play.
Penalty on the play.
5-yard face mask penalty called on the Comets.
No question about it. Great camera work there showing the face mask penalty. Unintentional face mask, 5-yard penalty, but that's enough for a 1st down, Dark Angels. That puts them into Comets territory. 1st down and 10 at the 48. Three wideouts again. Looking long, passes up and almost caught. Couldn't quite come down with it.
Maggie Hudgens' pass, incomplete, intended for Tatiana Pauling. 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line.
Hudgens put it in a great spot. Nice adjustment in the air by Tatiana Pauling. Went up for it, got her hands on it, but couldn't corral it. And it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10, Dark Angels. Hudgens did a good job putting it where the Comets couldn't get it, but that was going to be a tough catch. Nice adjustment by Pauling. Nice run up the middle. That's Emily Halley again. Gain of about 4. Darnika Juni's in on the stop for the Comets.
Tackled by Darnika Junis.
Emily Halley running hard.
3rd and 6.
Just tucking the ball, putting her head down, and pounding out yards for the Dark Angels. Third down and 6 from the 44. Dark Angels handoff right side. Big hole. Tatiana Pauling slicing and dicing for a 1st down, Dark Angels. Offensive line and tight end doing a fantastic job opening the hole, and Tatiana Pauling burst through. Nice block from her backfield mate, and Tatiana Pauling did the rest. Broke a couple of tackles in the process. 1st down and 10, 34-yard line. Dark Angels in business. Hudgens in the shotgun, hands off. Comets react well to that one. Might have gained a yard.
Emily Halley, the ball carrier. Tackled by D'Angela Jones. No gain. 2nd.
D'Angela Jones in on the stop for the Comets. Refs mark it right back at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd down and 10. 1 minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff, sweep to the left side, breaks a tackle. Halley's going down inside the 30. Strong running by Emily Halley. Dark Angels looking for a face mask call on top of it. Looked like she was in trouble here, but a stiff arm puts the defender on the turf. And Haley getting big positive yardage. And there might have been a face mask in there as she was going down at the end of that play. 3rd down and 5 now, Dark Angels. Battleship set. And there was movement before the snap. Question is, who was it on? False start, Dark Angels will back them up 5 yards.
False start called on the Dark Angels.
And make this a more difficult 3rd down and 10 now.
Will be 3rd and 10.
Love the effort that we're seeing from both teams tonight. Really dialed in, focusing on the action, making all the little plays that make a difference in a football game. 3rd quarter comes to an end. No scoring in the 3rd quarter. Some great defensive action by the Dark Angels, keeping the Comets out of the end zone and stopping some drives right when they needed them the most. Key turnover helped out the Comets, but the Dark Angels defense came up with the answer and kept them from anything positive after that. Maintaining that 7-point lead going into the 4th quarter. Who's going to come out on top? We'll find out next. After a 3rd quarter that was all about the Dark Angels defense, see if we can find some offense for these teams here in the 4th quarter. 15 minutes remaining in the game. Your score still Dark Angels 13, Comets 6. Handoff to Pauling again around the right side. Dragging tacklers with her all the way down to the 18-yard line. Tatiana Pauling looking good on the right side. Another nice hole opened up by that offensive line.
Ball carried by Tatiana
And once Pauling cut back against the grain, she had a good hunk of turf in front of her.
That was good for a Dark Angels 1st down.
Comets collapsed around her, but having trouble bringing her down. Got a couple of rookies on that offensive line for the Dark Angels, including Vanessa Romero and Elisa Davis. That offensive line is looking good here in the 1st game. Opening up a hole this time on the left side. Dark Angels with more positive yardage. Ball carrier was Lisa Gomes.
Lisa Gomes was the ball carrier.
In on the stop for the Comets, DeAngelia Jones and Darnica Junis. Got a Comet shaken up. I hate to see that. We'll be right back.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans. Because love has no labels.
All right, clock is winding up again. Just under 14 minutes to go here in the ball game. Dark Angels driving deep into Comets territory. 2nd down and 8. Battleship formation. Fake to the left, handoff to the right. And Tatiana Pauling yet again. Finding an opening and running through it with authority.
Tatiana Pauling, the ball carrier.
Nice fake. And Tatiana Pauling following her blockers. Good for another 11-yard gain.
7-yard line, 1st and goal, Dark Angels.
Inside the 10, 1st down and goal for the Dark Angels. Comets with their backs against the wall. They know they've got to keep the Dark Angels out of the end zone to keep this game close. Hudkins, shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff right this time. Back right, Halley. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Dark Angels.
Emily Halley ran the ball to the
Emily Halley this time.
Touchdown.
Another misdirection, keeping the Comets guessing, and Dark Angels into the end zone for the 3rd time this afternoon. Another great call by OC Joel Snyder. 1-2 punch of Pauling and Halley, making the difference for the Dark Angels.
Sarah Monte lined up for the extra point.
Point after by Monte is up, and it's good.
Up and the kick is good. The score,
It's going to make it 20-6 Dark Angels. 13:06 remaining in the 4th quarter. Great fake to Pauling. Comets probably expecting Pauling to get it. Made that fake even more effective. And Halley running through the big open hole into the end zone. We'll be right back.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
The Detroit Dark Angels into the end zone, extending their lead back to 14. Kickoff here, takes an odd bounce. Covered there by Nautica Smith, and she's brought down in a hurry by the Dark Angels kickoff team, excuse me.
Whitlow Moore returned the ball for the Comets to the 29-yard line.
Sarah Monte able to kick it into a dead zone in the Comets kick return formation. And her teammates close the gap in a hurry. 1st down and 10 Comets at the 29. This rivalry matchup between the Detroit Dark Angels and the Columbus Comets, living up to the anticipation. Dark Angels defense stepping up, and a couple of huge plays on the offense. Handoff this time going to Tanisha Barnes. Good gain for the Comets. Lindsay Stover in on the stop for the Dark Angels. Big hole on that side opened up by the Comets' veteran offensive line.
Gain of 8 on the play, down to the 38-yard line. 2nd down.
4 Dark Angels in on the stop. Handoff under center. Wrapped up instantly by the Dark Angels defense.
Tanisha Barnes, the ball carrier.
Tanisha Barnes once again carrying it for the Comets. No gain, 3rd down and 2. Christy Brandon in on the stop for the Dark Angels.
That brings up a 3rd down.
Dark Angels and Comets. Very evenly matched teams. Herbst, the strong arm QB, throws it out right side, a little bit low. Nautica Smith unable to make the shoestring catch.
For Nautica Smith. That brings up a 4th down.
She was open. Dark Angels had her covered. I don't think she was going to get far if she did catch that one. 4th down and 2. Can the Dark Angels defense do it again? 2 huge stops by the Dark Angels in the 3rd quarter. See if they're up to the task again here in the 4th. Herbst under center. Hand off right side. No, she's keeping it. Squeezes through the line. It's going to be close. Going to depend on the mark. Ball came loose, but after the whistle had blown the play dead. Bautista for the Comets. Lost her shoe on the play. And referees indicate she got enough for the 1st down. Just enough. Christy Brandon in on the stop again for the Dark Angels. But that is a 1st down Comets. 10:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Clock running. Big hole on the right side for Tanisha Barnes. Dark Angel going for the strip. Barnes able to hang on to the ball, and she appears to have another Comets 1st down.
Tackled by Ursula Walls. Ball down at the 50-yard line.
Nearly stripped it.
1st down Comets. Timeout, Dark Angels.
Barnes spins around. Let's hear from Coach. What is the WFA all about this year, Coach?
There's so many superlatives about the WFA and women's tackle football, so many adjectives, but competitiveness is there. When you see these women, 18 years old to 50 plus, there's teams that have a few ladies on the roster that are over 50. They compete, and they're football players. It's not women that play football, they're football players. So when you come and watch women's tackle football, you're watching football players, mothers, sisters, daughters, doctors, service people. I've got people who are in the military, law enforcement, first responders. When shoulder pads and helmets go on, they play football. So if you haven't seen us ball, you need to come out and check us out because you're in for a really great show.
Well said, Coach. Anybody who sees these players for the first time, Tanisha Barnes, 14 attempts, 39 yards gained so far this game, carrying the load for the Comets. Nice defensive stop there by the Dark Angels. Anybody who comes out and sees the WFA for the first time, similar things are always said. I can't believe these are women. Wow, they look like football players. They really do. These are talented athletes, and they are leaving it all on the field. You've seen the hits in this game. This is real football being played here by the Dark Angels and the Comets. Dark Angels holding on to that 14-point lead. Loss of 2 sets up 2nd down and 12 for the Comets. Herbst drops back, slings it. Dark Angel felt that she might have made contact. No doubt. Hit in the back. Questions whether it was before the ball got there. And the referees say indeed it was. Pass interference on the Dark Angels. That penalty is huge. Leads to a big 1st down for the Comets. 1st down and 10 at the 37. All of a sudden they're in Dark Angels territory. and back in business.
Herb's pass incomplete, intended for Nautica Smith. Ursula Walls on the defense. 2nd and 10.
Incompletion sets up 2nd down and 10. Long pass is going to be intercepted by the Dark Angels. And turn it back the other way on the return. 25, 30, switching hands, 35, 40, 45, still going, brought down at the 47-yard line. Huge interception, huge return. Quarterback Herbst makes the stop after the interception. There was a flag on the play. Intercepting that pass for the Dark Angels, Danielle Kurse. Ran it down, came up with it, and then had a beautiful return. But looked like we might have had a block in the back against the Dark Angels on that return. Right there. Comet hits the turf. And unfortunately, that's going to bring this beautiful return back. But a interception nonetheless. Dark Angels are going to take over 1st down and 10. Out there running it down like a center fielder. And then turned on the Jets. Beautiful return. Danielle Kurse. Looking good for the Dark Angels. And just like that, that Comets drive is out of business.
Penalty on the Dark Angels on the return. The ball is placed at the 5-yard line. 1st down, Dark Angels.
1st down and 10, but now starting all the way back on their own 5-yard line. Dark Angels looking to get a little breathing room. Hand off to Tatiana Pauling. Comets were looking for that one, and she's thrown for a loss. Ovian Whitlow Moore on the stop. She's already got 8 tackles on the game.
Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 13.
Maggie Hudkins still in at quarterback for the Dark Angels. They've had some competition for that position this year. Leanne Took and rookie Casey Cunningham both vying for some playing time at QB alongside Maggie Hudkins. Hand off again. This one sweeping around right side. A little bit of daylight, finding an opening, breaking a tackle. Tatiana Pauling again, getting positive yards.
Ball down on the 11-yard line.
Making up for that loss and then some. And we'll set up 3rd down and 4 for the Dark Angels. Gets them out from the shadow of that end zone. Little bit of breathing room. We'll see if they can get some more yards here. Handoff up the middle, and 2 Comets there to make the stop. Lisa Gomes, nowhere to go. DeAngelia Jones in on the stop for the Comets. That will set up a 4th down and about 7 yards to go. 6:53 left in the game, clock moving.
Loss of 2 on the play, 4th down.
Dark Angels setting up for the punt. Special teams have been the one weak link in the Dark Angels game so far today. A little better punt this time. Fielded nicely by the cameraman on the sideline. Good with a camera, and he's got good hands to boot. Covered by the Comets at the 15-yard line. Not the result the Dark Angels were hoping for. Comets back in business and looking to cut into the lead here with 6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Columbus, one of the Dark Angels' key rivals. Another one, the Toledo Rain. These teams from Ohio, I tell you. Herbst hands off, and Dark Angels there to stop it. No gain on the play.
Tanisha Barnes, the ball carrier.
Run by Tanisha Barnes.
Ashley Andrews.
Ashley Andrews in on the stop for the Dark Angels.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Dark Angels faithful still supporting their team down the stretch, looking for the open season victory. Herbst on the keeper right up the middle. She pushes the pile for a few yards.
Amanda Herbst kept the ball. Stopped by Diana Lenaway.
Diana Lenaway back in the game.
Gain of 3, 3rd
Glad
and
that
7.
injury wasn't serious earlier on. That's her 9th tackle of the game. Great defender for the Dark Angels. Clock ticking, coming up on 5 minutes to go in the game. Comets know they need some instant offense. 2 scores down. Herbst back, got a player open, just overthrew it. Her favorite target, Nautica Smith, was open, had some space, but Herbst led her too far. 3rd down and 7. Correction, that incompletion makes it 4th down. Huge play. Comets desperate. Dark Angels looking for the big stop. Shotgun snap in the flat. No good. Looking again for Nautica Smith. Pass was there on her hands. She couldn't pull it down. And that will turn the ball over to the Dark Angels. 1st down, Dark Angels. And that was a crucial mistake for the Comets. Big play by the Dark Angels defense once again, keeping the Comets out of the end zone. 4:40 to go. Clock stopped as the Dark Angels take over, still deep in Comets territory. Dark Angels keeping it mostly on the ground these last couple of possessions. Playing it conservative with the 14-point lead. Handoff up the middle to Gomes. She's met by DeAngelia Jones. Going to be thrown for a loss. Jones takes up a lot of space and has really clogged up the middle for the Comets.
Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 13.
Offensive line for the Dark Angels has their hands full with DeAngelia Jones. Lights are on here at Southfield Lathrop Stadium. Sweep around the right side. Found some daylight. Good gainer for the Dark Angels.
Tatiana Pauling, the ball carrier.
Tatiana Pauling around the right side. Gain of 14. That's going to be a first down. Dark Angels. Maggie Hudkins running the play in from the sideline.
Ball down at the 24-yard line. First down, Dark Angel.
Using her teammates' blocks well. Pauling able to get it out. First down, Dark Angels. Sweep left side. That one is bottled up by the Comets in the middle. Whitlow Moore there.
Ball carrier. Tackled by number 6, Whitlow Moore.
Also Nita Johnson in on the stop. Taylor Russell getting the call for the Dark Angels.
Nita Johnson also in on the stop for the Comets. Second down.
Tatiana Pauling, 10 rushes for 132 yards and a touchdown. 13.2 yard average. Have a game, Tatiana Pauling. She's also got a receiving touchdown. Just a huge game for the Dark Angel offensive threat. Number 5, Tatiana Pauling. Battleship formation again. Handoff to Hallie. Running left side. Can't cut the corner. Keeps the clock running. No gain. Dee Jackson in on the stop for the Comets. Game plan now for the Dark Angels. Definitely keep it on the ground. Keep the clock moving. Clock is now the friend of the Dark Angels. And Comets know they are running out of time. You can tell by their body language. They're sniffing a loss here in the first game against the Dark Angels on the Dark Angels home field. Handoff again. Around the right side this time. Tatiana Pauling might have got a yard or two. Not a lot of room on the edge. Aisha Slaughter in on the stop. Dark Angels in no hurry to get back to the huddle. Just watching that clock tick down to a victory. Really just need to avoid a turnover here, and it's going to be a dub for the Dark Angels. Plays coming. We're going to have a timeout on the field. Let's head back to Coach Keith Thomas and see what he thinks the team's biggest strengths are this year.
Well, our big strength is our running game. We, last year, the All-American team composed of 5 running backs from the entire league. 2 of them were Detroit Dark Angels. So our run game is our backbone. I've got Tatiana Pauling, who is, I tell you, when you see her run the ball, she looks like she could go in the first round of the NFL draft. She's a player. Emily Hallie's been with our team for several years. She's a special person. She had broke her leg in a practice 2 years ago, made a comeback, and then rushed for like almost 700 yards last season. So that's our foundation of our team, is our run game.
No doubt about it, the Dark Angels are a tough, tough team. Several players gone down with injuries only to come back in the game. Good punt this time by the Dark Angels. Takes a Comets bounce. Covered by the Dark Angels, and she wanted to go running with it.
4-yard line. First and 10 Comets.
Ref's going to spot it down about the 34-yard line. Comets take over, but they've only got 30 seconds left in this game to work with. Both quarterbacks played the whole game. Amanda Herbst for the Comets. Tremendous arm. Able to hook up several times with her receivers. Last time, however, overthrew it, and Dark Angels come up with a big interception. That was a key turning point here in the fourth quarter for the Dark Angels. Herbst back in out of the shotgun. Comets obviously looking for a quick score and then an onside kick. Herbst back, lets it go deep down the field. Through her own receiver's hands and off of a Dark Angel. Nearly another interception for the Dark Angels defense. Nautica Smith has had several nice catches, couldn't pull that one in. 6 seconds off the clock. 2nd down and 10 Comets. Herbst under center, hands off this time. Run right side. Solid gain, but not what they need to do with under 20 seconds to go in the game. Comets trying to line up for one last play. And they're not going to get set before time runs out. One last handoff to Barnes. Dark Angels stopper there, and this is going to be a Dark Angels victory, starting off the season 1-0. The Detroit Dark Angels welcome the Columbus Comets into their home field to start the season. Big rivalry matchup and big rivalry action to start this year for the Detroit Dark Angels. Your top performers this evening for the Comets. Moore with 9 tackles, Jackson with 7, Slaughter with 5, and Robinson with a sack and 4 more tackles. Your Dark Angels leaders, several big hitters on offense for the Dark Angels. Maggie Hudkins, 2 completions for 65 yards, a couple of big plays early, and no doubt about it, your player of the game for the season opener for the Dark Angels, Tatiana Pauling, setting the tone early with huge plays on offense, slicing and dicing. She needed just a little opening, and off to the races she went. Great offensive line work. She had 128 yards rushing on the night, 1 rushing touchdown. And early in the game, she had that one big reception for 47 yards and a score. Maggie Hudkins finding her on the right side, and Tatiana Pauling running away from the defense for that big score to get the Dark Angels going early. Tatiana Pauling, your player of the game, big time for the Dark Angels in their season and home opener, coming up big with a victory against the Columbus Comets, their rival from down south of the border. Columbus brought a lot of attitude and a lot of hard hits, and their quarterback, Herbst, throwing it all over the field, gave it a good effort, but the Dark Angels defense stood tall in the second half, getting huge stops when they needed them most, and the running back dynamic duo of Pauling and Halley did the rest. Dark Angels victory to start the year. For Cable 15 Sports, I'm Matt Hervella. Thank you for watching the Game of the Week.